NaN and NaN detection using is null and is NaN. Okay, so let's move to the is null and is not null detect the null values. Okay, let's take an example data frame I have created for you. Let's see the data frame how it looks like. So it is similar. Name, score, and department has been given to each employee or the students. Okay. So let's try to uh, handle these null values. Okay. How we can handle? We can calculate, count, or return using the is null functions. How we can do this? We can see in this following way. Let's create. Select the name. Now select the next column, which is score. Select next column, which is department. Okay. Now we have selected three of the column. Okay. So try to manage the null values into the score column. How we can manage instead of doing it using the when otherwise statements or case when statements, we can use the is null functions from the Spark SQL functions. Let's type f dot is null in bracket, give the column name which is a score, score, then provide the alias to that column which is score null. Now it should return the null values from the score column. Let's try to visualize how it looks like. There you go. We get the Boolean value in this case. Now we have the null for the second occurrence. That's why it returns the true here. Okay, let's move to handle the handle this kind of situations. Okay, so we'll try to implement this same functionality using the different method, which is like f dot column. Okay, we can pass the score here, and as a method here we can pass this is null as a method, and we can provide a alias here as a score null method 2. Okay, so how we can see both are returning same values for the null handling using is null as a method or is null as a function. Okay, which is identical. Both are the identical. Let's try to find whether it is not null or okay using both of the method. Okay, let's find out in the department. Okay, so this way we can get the is not null, and similarly we can implement here as a not null. Both are the similar in this case as well. So I forgot to add a bracket here. There you go. So it returns a true value where the value is not a null. Let's say there in department if the value is null. For this value it returns the false, but for other value it returns the true. It is reverse of is null. Okay. So see in a similar way we do have the NaN values. So now we have discussed the null. Now discuss about the NaN values. Okay. So let's create a topic which is NaN, detect the NaN value. In a similar for this we will prepare the data frame. Okay, I have prepared it for you already. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, for this there is a null and none. Both values are in the value column. Okay, how we can handle this? Let's try to select the column. Okay, df dot select and bracket give the column name. First one is the ID, second one is the value. Okay, third one is the value. Okay, in this case we'll see is NaN for the value column where the value is there or not. Okay, let's give the alias to this one. Dot alias will provide the name as is NaN. Okay. Similarly, we'll try to figure out the is null in the same in the same column. Okay. Now this is the auto corrected values. We'll see how data frame is looks like. There you go. For null value we get the true. For none value we get the true in is null column. For NaN value we get the true in the is NaN column. Okay. So this is how we can manage this. Okay. Similarly, we can implement whether it is not null, then we can try to implement that as is not then not. So this way we do not have the functions available. So for this we have to implement the negation. So negation can be implemented in this way. So we can give the bracket and use this negation symbol. We can use it is above the tab function. We can type it like shift tab. We can get this negation character there. Okay, this way we can reverse the value. Similarly, we can use for other functions as well. Not an issue. Okay.